What is up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, Cam Williamson, your host. All right, so the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse is in deliberation. So the jury was handed the trial. Judge instructed, I apologize, I've got people cutting trees down behind my house, so I hope it's not too loud, but I'm going to try to work through it anyway. I still have the courtroom going in my ear quietly, just in case there's any updates, but the judge told everyone, stay within 10 minutes of the courthouse in case there's any questions or anything like that, but the jury was instructed to go where they're going to go. Kyle removed a couple numbers of jurors that would be dismissed to bring down the final 12. Okay, let's talk about this. I originally started all this saying I don't want to see Kyle go to prison, but I think he's going to, right? And then I proceeded to give my reasoning behind why I thought he was going to. From what I saw, not as a legal professional, but as a veteran who was a military police officer, who is a Second Amendment supporter, and as someone who's been through court proceedings for my own personal reasons of DUIs and my own wrongdoings, and again, have a whole podcast called Road to Redemption Podcast explaining all this, giving my current insight as to what I saw. People on the internet, personal friends of mine, see it as I'm personally attacking them. A lot of people, well, I should say a lot, a couple people took issue with the fact that I used a southern accent when I said, Kyle for president, Kyle for president. Guys, I'm not going to apologize for my attempt at comedy, I guess. If you didn't find it funny, it's your fucking problem, right? My family from Ohio makes fun of me because I say y'all now. So, I'm not going to sit here and play ticky-tack with your, whatever self-insecurities you have of your accent, that's on you. If people around you have a problem with it, same goes to them. Not my problem, right? All right. But these people are shocked by my stance on this. So what I want to do is I want to play a hypothetical situation, right, where if for whatever reason I could be called to be Kyle's defense attorney. Right? Now, this is all in hindsight. But I still believe that Kyle Rittenhouse could be found innocent. It goes to a peer of his juries. They're deliberating. Means they're deciding. They're going to look at everything. So, if I was someone who had any personal interest in whether Kyle was guilty or innocent, and I was hired to defend him, by what I know, and I saw the evidence that I've seen, it would go this way. Now, remember, I'm going in hindsight. I'm going quickly off what I remember of the case and the things about it. But this is how I would attempt for his defense team to articulate what happened. Now, there's a few key points throughout that I will point out. Okay, so he originally had 6 charges against him. 1, illegal possession of a unlawful firearm by a minor, however it was phrased. He had the homicide, intentional 1, and then he had going down for the rest of the victims or cases. So first things first, Kyle is there armed with an AR. Under Wisconsin law, is he wrong for that action right there? No, he's not. To what I understand, this, just standing at the low ready, not in a threatening manner towards anyone, in any law enforcement position, security at a concert, anything, this or a holster at a low ready is not a threatening position. Now, let me be clear. An officer going like this can be threatening, but an officer standing like this with his weapon holstered is not threatening. Standing like this with responsibility for your trigger and where your barrel is pointed, which is what this hand is doing, no. I'm not doing anything wrong, right? Remember, he doesn't become responsible illegally for having the firearm until he causes death or grave bodily injury to anyone. Okay, so let's fast forward past him giving bandages and wrapping ankles or whatever he did. We'll skip past all that. Remember, I'm defending him. So Rosenbaum is now chasing me, right? That's clear in the video. He's chasing him. It's clear he doesn't. Remember, I'm defending Kyle. So I would not point out that it's clear anything. I don't know what he has anywhere. He could have something in his sock. He could have something in his waistband. I believe he may have just got out of a hospital or a jail, and I would be sure to start with hospital and end with jail to show some sympathy to the victim. And I would say, but I don't know. I don't know. Just like he doesn't know what really happened, right? It's not for us to decide. It would be for a court to decide. But this man feels it to come at me. So he's coming at me, and it's not until he lunges at my person that I try to disable him, which is what the first shot did. Bang. And then this is where you play into how you articulate things. His body fell in a forward motion towards me, not downward, not backward, but was still falling towards me. I didn't make any further judgment than towards me after the warning. I shot with intent to kill. Right there, you're admitting that you intended to kill, but you're changing it articulation-wise to why you shot after the first one. See, the prosecutor pointed out that. And then his defense attorney, Richards, kept pointing out in his closing arguments that, well, he didn't bring that up until this point in the case. So he's going, well, the case developed and we weren't ready for that. In the same regard, at that same point, he wasn't ready for Binger to point out first shot, disable, following shots. Well, technically, the following, I believe, other two shots after, still disabling, possibly fourth, was the kill shot. Now, again, that's how you would have to articulate it to then strike out everything else that had happened, right? Now, in the Grosskreutz situation, which is why I highlighted on the fact of Grosskreutz waited until he manipulated the rifle. Again, we don't know. I don't think he charged the rifle. I don't know if he was trying to fix a jam. I don't know what he was doing. I think the weapon went to the side for some reason, which would inquire he's either looking if he's out or if there's a jam that he needs to attend to. And at that moment is when Grosskreutz moves forward. So that means Grosskreutz can articulate that he took threat with him making sure his weapon was still loaded when he's at a surrender. And especially at this point, remember, he doesn't move forward until this action happens. So that is would then be provocation for him to move in towards him. You're reloading. I fear for my imminent safety of my life. That is where Kyle's team failed because they did not articulate in the moment of each trigger pull the imminent threat to Kyle's whole life. If I shot him once and that didn't drop him, I shot him 2-3 times and he's still falling forward towards me. Now again, Binger didn't point out any slow-mo footage either of what his face looked like as he's falling to the ground. It could have still been, fuck you. It could have. We don't know. We only know what we know. So you can fill in those void holes articulation-wise to say why you did what you did, which changes the narrative. Remember, this whole case is coming down to like a few very small words like intent, What was the other big one that they used? Imminent danger to life. So in that moment, in that second, not seconds prior, not what you thought could happen seconds before, in that moment, why did you do what you did? People think that I have a vested interest in this, and I don't. I enjoy the conversation. I like also to make fun of ignorant people. So and again, I don't have time for everything. I am running a business and doing all this, and a lot of people are criticizing me for that. You're just talking about this because you're getting attention. I've made videos for 4 fucking years. Some of them get attention, some of them don't. I don't have a magic genie or a crystal ball behind me that tells me this video is going to get a lot of views. This video is going to get... Especially, people are mad that it's getting attention who are showing up to watch it. I can't help what you watch. Just like I can't help what Kyle did in that night. I can't help how his defense team represented him. And I can't help how the prosecution laid out the story. I'm only giving my observation. I'm so sorry if that hurts some of your very seemingly sensitive souls out there. But again, the reason I'm talking about this is because like false masculinity in this, remember I just had dental shit, so I'm not talking very well. False masculinity is something I'm trying to get rid of. All these, well, fucking America. Here, I won't use Southern this time. Fucking America, man. It's my right. I can grab a gun and I can go. Did that offend anyone? Is there anyone from any place that I don't know? Am I good? Right? It's only touchy. It's only touchy when it's us. Huh? People are throwing shots at me. Saying I look like a big stoner, all this crazy shit. Whatever. Fine. I'm good with comedy. Guys, I was in the military. Again, I went to public school. I was in locker rooms. I like a good roasting. It's fun. Roasting and then like ignorance. I'm out of ignorance. I don't deal with ignorance. I love you all. That's why I'm doing this. I hope maybe I was able to show you this case in a completely unbiased but observatory way. And, yeah, it's been fun. We'll know soon. The jury's got it. So we're going to know what's up. And like I said, the big reason why I gained interest, this is going to define a lot of things going forward. This, and I'm going to jump back into the Travis Scott thing because I have still been following that. These two do mesh very well, which is actually how I found this originally. So it just came up in similar suggested things that I was watching. There we go. So in the next video, I'll probably touch on that because I don't expect we're going to know a verdict today. I figure it's going to be at least a day or so, but what do I know, right? Apparently nothing. Love you guys. See you in the next